Skirted off with my Mustang. Minus the bumper, bro.
Liberals got caught red-handed. Welcome back to Moose and Loose. My name's David. Today we got the Conservatives confronting the Liberals for offering free health care around the world, trying to lure in more people to Canada. We also have Donald Trump getting his FIFA Peace Award, apparently having a meeting with Carney. Got a bunch of other stories here. Let's jump into this. Starting this one off, we've got only 54 condos were sold in the entire city of Toronto in the month of October, as it says, which is home to 2.7 million people. 54 condos. New condo sales, not total condo sales. That's how bad the state of Canada is right now. Canadians can't afford to buy homes when landlords are renting them to 12 students at a time. There's a lot of problems that need to be fixed. In other news, we got this one from Blacklock's reporter. It says dental care plan is 50% over budget. Department of Health underestimated volume of claims now expected to top 4 billion this year. Projections indicate demand will be higher this year as many Canadians have foregone dental care given the cost. This is another thing that is just sucking money out of the coffers here. It is putting us further in debt. We're going to be paying more debt to the bankers, the very elite that Mark Carney's connected to. In other news here, we've got Donald Trump winning the first ever FIFA Peace Prize, because I didn't expect that.
And please welcome the very first winner of the FIFA Peace Prize, the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Please.
So FIFA doing a good job here kissing Trump's butt. That's what this is.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Look at this. They made a trophy and everything for him.
Mr. President, this is your prize. This is your Peace Prize. There is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go.
Right now.
Okay, let me hold. Fantastic. Excellent.
This is so weird. Like, when you get a medal, somebody should be putting it on him. Like, this is just already kind of a mess.
And you will receive also, of course, a certificate which reads out, and I would read it
Why is FIFA giving out peace prizes? This is, come on, what is this?
out with your permission. What are the reasons for you receiving this FIFA Peace Prize? Football unites the world. So the FIFA Peace Prize is presented annually on behalf of the billions of football-loving people from around the world to a distinguished individual who exemplifies an unwavering commitment to advancing peace and unity throughout the world through their notable leadership.
You know what? It's basically FIFA is like sticking it to Nobel, the Nobel Peace Prize. That's what they're saying. You guys didn't give it to Trump. He ended a bunch of these conflicts. We're going to give him a peace prize. So Trump goes on to give some remarks here, and he does mention Carney here.
Never seen anything like it. We've had a tremendous relationship, working relationship with Canada. We have our Prime Minister of Canada there, and we have our President of Mexico. And we've worked closely with those two countries, and the coordination and friendship and relationship has been outstanding, and I want to thank you both very much, and your countries very much. But most importantly, I just want to thank everybody. The world is a safer place now. The United States 1 year ago was not doing too well, and now I have to say we're the hottest country anywhere in the world, and we're going to keep it that way. Thank you all.
This is an interesting time here because Trump, he just got a big award for Peace Prize. This is what he wanted. He's wearing a medal. If Mark Carney wants to get a deal, this is the time to do it, is right now, this weekend, talking to Trump. Hey, let's get a deal here. Let's work this out. This is the moment here. I don't think he's going to come back with one, but if there's any moment throughout the past year, this would be it. Or at the very beginning. Make it make sense. We've got this one. Breaking in a huge move. Secretary Marco Rubio is ordering U.S. diplomats to pressure their host governments to end most immigration due to its existential threat. The diplomats instructed are in Europe, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. They're encouraging us to end mass immigration because, well, it's destroying all of our countries. Isn't this something? Moving ahead, I thought this was interesting. I was told this was a conspiracy theory. It's actually a 177-page UN report. Replacement migration. This is, in fact, a real report. I believe back from 2001. There it is, March 2000, sorry. 170 odd pages of this. This was planned years ago. Check out this bombshell here. Federal Immigration Department have been caught advertising Canada's free healthcare around the world, dangling it like a carrot to entice immigrants to Canada. Meanwhile, 6.5 million Canadians don't have a family doctor or access to care. This is well written here by Sean. I saw this advertisement going around. I'm pleased to see Dan bringing this up.
October 13th, the Immigration Department made a post on social media to promote Canada's free healthcare system to potential newcomers. It was viewed on Twitter almost 2 million times worldwide. Who approved this post when 6.5 million Canadians don't have access to a family doctor?
Look at this pathetic display here. Nobody wants to take the question. No accountability.
Communications group in the department. They issue tweets and use other social media to talk about immigration to Canada. Some of the things that they include in that communication would be the situation in Canada, obviously people coming from other countries. There are a lot of things to consider if you're thinking about a big move to another country. So I think it was part of some of those efforts to talk about not only the process in getting here, but what Canada's like, where that information was put.
Is the minister aware of these communications?
I don't know if she would be aware. She would not be aware of some of the day-to-day routine communications that go out from the department.
It's every day with these liberals. All they do is get a little stinky cheese face. I don't know if he's aware. I don't know. Like, come on, they're advertising our free healthcare around the world. They're bringing in people who don't have skills that are going to burden our system and not contribute to our GDP. Recently, Trump said nobody from Somalia can come to America because the average IQ over there is so low. I wouldn't be surprised if the liberals did the opposite. Flew some planes over there to bring people over from Somalia. They're doing everything possible to destabilize our democracy here. We see it every day. They allow the crime to run rampant here. They're bringing in crime, and then it allows them to bring in draconian power and control over the population. Like, oh, there's so much crime, we need to have more power and more control, when really it's a liberal made problem. I think anyone who comes into Canada should have to pay into our healthcare system in some way. You have to invest in it. The older you are, the more you should have to pay because you're going to use it more. That's not fair to the rest of us. I see this so common. I had an ex-wife who's Chinese, and so many people from Hong Kong and China, they send their grandmother over here to use and take advantage of our healthcare system. This must end. It's not free. We pay very high taxes for it. Yeah, and the care is awful. It takes forever to get in to get anything done, as there's been reports of numerous people perish in the waiting rooms. It never used to be bad. When I was a kid, the healthcare was amazing. More talk of CUSMA being canceled. This isn't going to be the easiest thing for Trump to do. He needs Congress on board, but there is a 6-month clause in there that they could leave CUSMA.
Free trade between Canada and the U.S. and Mexico is in the spotlight this week. High-stakes hearings are taking place in Washington as the Trump administration considers whether to renew, to renegotiate, or to withdraw from the North American trade deal. Business leaders who've testified so far want it to continue. CBC's Katie Nicholson is in Washington for us. Katie, you've been listening in on these hearings. So what's being said today?
You know, a lot of the same flavor that was sort of heard yesterday from some of the agricultural stakeholders. Today we heard from the auto industry, from steel stakeholders. It's the same message. They like CUSMA. They don't want to lose it, but it's not perfect. We heard from steel producers talking a little bit about how much they like those Section 232 tariffs, and despite that, they still want to hold on to CUSMA and sort of renegotiate certain terms. It was a time to really bring forward their wish lists. So talking about wanting to bring Canada and Mexico more in line with the U.S. around the tariffs on foreign steel and imports that way, particularly targeting Chinese steel. A lot of complaints throughout that session about sort of an infiltration of Chinese steel To the North American market. From the auto industry, we heard really some impassioned pleas around the importance of CUSMA, particularly from some executives who were in from Michigan. There was one who actually said, CUSMA is more important than ever now because of all of these other trade deals that are being struck with other countries, pointing to Japan.
So obviously CUSMA is the most important agreement we have because it affects 85% of our products. I can't figure out what's going on here.
I think it'd be an economic catastrophe for all three countries, including the United States, because of the relationship we have. It is the most consequential trade agreement on the planet, benefits the U.S., Canada, and Mexico dramatically, and it would be a mistake to break up such a proven partnership that frankly has room for improvement, is going to be even more important in the future.
So what I can't figure out here is this is being pushed on CBC, and CBC, especially the power and politics, the political wing here, has been the mouthpiece for Mark Carney. So are they trying to fearmonger this now? They could potentially be doing that for another election, to use this CUSMA thing as another scare tactic to help Mark Carney get elected with a majority government. Now, the question is Donald Trump working with Carney on this? Because we saw that big deal with Brookfield, $80 billion, nuclear power, Camco, all that. So what is going on here? Is Donald Trump working with Carney and this is just phase 2? Is he not working with Carney? He's just, Trump's cleaning our clock. Is Trump just being Trump and negotiating hard and using whatever he can? Because this isn't just a simple stroke of the pen for Trump. He needs Congress on board to do this. So this is not going to be easy. What's probably most likely is Trump is just using this as a negotiating tool to try to scare Carney into more concessions. Time will tell here as this plays out.
We've also got this. A man was arrested in Britain because he posted a picture online of him with a pew-pew in America. That's right. In America, holding a pew-pew, he gets arrested in Britain. That's how dumb Britain has become. This is why we cannot become like Britain. While we're talking about Britain, we have the police here removing offensive stickers off of cars. This is a real thing. This seems like a joke, a clown show, but this is the honest truth of how bad this country is now.
You can film me, Mr. Thompson, no problem. All I'm doing is removing what has been reported as an offensive sticker. Okay? And then I'll give you the stickers. Okay? As you can see, it's undamaged. You can have it back. It's not a problem.
There's no damage to the vehicle.
No damage to the sticker. Okay? I tried to ask you to do it. And we're doing this because what we don't want to do, Mr. Thompson, is to prosecute you.
Prosecute me, fella.
Public order.
Prosecute me.
Well,
prosecute me.
No.
I think you got damn right liberty to tell you the truth, fella.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
You've tried to discuss.
You do? I think you got damn right liberty, mate.
Unfortunately,
I think you got damn right liberty.
Well, that is
You're touching my property.
Yeah.
Well, you're causing a public place.
Wow. They have gangs of migrants that go around and attack women and force themselves on them. They charge the women for when they get attacked. Then they're going around and taking stickers off of vehicles. I don't even know what that sticker is, but this is just preposterous, guys. There's real problems in life, and this is not one of them. It's not just in the UK. Look what they're doing in China. A single tweet that criticized the government can cost you 50 social credit points, leading to arrest and blacklisting. This can affect your career, your ability to take a train, your internet speed, even your children's access to education, or worse, it forces you to become homeless.
Leo Hu recently tried to book a flight. He was told he was banned from flying because he's on the list of untrustworthy people. Leo is a journalist who was ordered by a court to apologize for a series of tweets he wrote, and was then told his apology was insincere. I can't buy property. My child can't go to private school, he says. You feel you're being controlled by the list all the time. And the list is now getting longer, as every Chinese citizen is being assigned a social credit score, a fluctuating rating based on a range of behaviors. It's believed that community service and buying Chinese-made products can raise your score. Fraud, tax evasion, and smoking in non-smoking areas can drop it.
So fraud and tax evasion gets wrapped in with smoking in non-smoking areas. This is crazy. This is absolutely terrifying. The thinking that millions, not even millions, over 1 billion people live in a society like this.
If a score gets too low, a person can be banned from buying plane and train tickets, real estate, cars, and even high-speed internet. It's a good thing, this woman says. there should be punishment for people who can't behave.
Yeah, that's a liberal right there.
China's growing network of surveillance cameras makes all of this possible. The country already has an estimated 176 million cameras, and it plans to have more than 600 million installed by 2020.
As you saw, 2020, this is an old report. How many cameras do they have now?
Can recognize more than 4,000 vehicles.
Xu Li is the CEO of SenseTime, one of China's most successful artificial intelligence companies. It has created smart cameras for the government that can help catch criminals, but also track average citizens.
This knows every person, every bike, every car, every bus.
You can tell whether it is an adult, a child, a male or female.
In several big cities in China, including here in Shanghai, the government is even tracking jaywalkers. Cameras record them going through intersections, zero in on their face, and then publicly shame them on nearby video screens.
This is appalling. This is just unreal. Here's another one. We've got a 55-year-old French retiree sentenced to 12 months in prison, suspended plus €1,200 fine because she paid 2 guys to forcibly remove the squatter who had been occupying her house for months after frustration of legal process. This is preposterous. There's no shortage of problems in Canada. We got Mario posting this one. As he says, you can't make this stuff up. Somebody stole this guy's car and it was chained in his garage, and this is what's left.
Welcome to Brampton. I had my old school Mustang literally chained up into the f***ing garage. Can you believe this shit? And they skirted off with my Mustang. Minus the bumper, bro. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਭੈਣ ਚੋ ਆਪ ਫੋਰਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕੁਛ ਮੇਰੀ ਫੋਰਡ ਚੱਕ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਗਏ ਹਾਂ ਕੈਮਰੇ ਕੁਮਰੇ
Doug Ford isn't doing anything about it, and he has the ability to do it. You want to know how, and you want to know why? Because he can push back on some of the weak laws that the government has and make it much more difficult for these criminals to be released. Or he could push back hard on the Liberal Party to enact stricter laws today. They have been studying how to implement a Jail Not Bail Act, which the Conservatives proposed, for literally the last year. The solutions are simple. No sympathy to criminals.
Doug Ford's too busy giving away taxpayer money to companies like Algoma that are in bed with Brookfield. Here's a press conference at Algoma just a few months ago.
Mark Carney, who is standing here with these workers that he is going to protect. We will be there for you through and through. We're going to win this trade battle with this man. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
Well, that's not true, is it? These people lost their jobs. But Algoma CEOs, they still getting their big bonuses. Don't worry about that.